Yeah, you can see it, but we can't. That'll just allow us to make sure we can see everything. Okay, that'll take a few moments to... there we go. Good. Yeah, that's coming through loud and clear. Now, just allow us to make sure we can see it is... what I'd like to do is see if the sound is okay from back up on the chancel steps. So I'm going to mute the phone call so you don't get it twice, and then I'll give a little speech and then talk to you again on the phone to see how it came out. Mute. The boys stood on the burning deck. Mary had a little lamb. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here in St Bartholomew's. Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Why can sound engineers not count further than 3? Right. How did that come through at your end? Perfect. Yeah. Yes, I was projecting. Good. Okay, so the sound's working, the video's working. I think the location of the camera is going to be... yes? Yeah. Right. I think that's basically tough luck on the people. But what we can do is, because that'll be a front pew person, we can at least warn them that the camera is nearby. That's all we can do, really, isn't it? Lovely. Okay, right. Thanks, Di. Okay. And when I've finished, I'll just stop the camera this end so the stream will stop coming in, and then you'll clear down that test in due course. Okay. Thanks a lot then. Cheers then. Bye. Right.
Just one thing that crossed my mind, Nick, is that
whoever sits here,
the family are probably going to come and sit in here, aren't they?
Yeah.
So
one of the things that was exactly what Di was saying, that whoever's sitting here nearest there,
yes,
it's their voice will get picked up. So if there's any private conversations and such like, then that would tend to get picked up. And also there's the loudest voices if there's any singing. And of course, without the knowledge of exactly how the service is going to run, we don't know if there's any hymns, we don't know if they're going to sing in, and all of those things.
I mean, I'd probably ask some hymns, I expect a couple of hymns or something, but I'm not, not totally sure yet.
I guess that this one wouldn't get used.
Probably, it would tend to be used.
It'd be a bit adjacent, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It would only be if I move that one across here, actually. because the reason this is like this is because we needed to get to the piano.
Yeah.
At Christmas.
No, and I think that I think that it's good because if you think about it, if the family start off in this one,
yeah,
then you know you're going further down the pecking order as you get into these and so on.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
But if that's something, because presumably you'll come along.
I should be here, so I can sort of get the undertakers to guide people into certain seats, you know. And,
you can advise the undertaker that that's where it would be. I mean, I think that's the best position.
Yes, yeah.
Because the alternatives, because even if you move it a little bit further round and lose a bit of depth down there, you still end up. It's close enough that because these microphones are so sensitive for when you're on video.
Yeah, sure.
Calling.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, as time goes by, and you say, "Well, this is something that's going to happen more and more," then having a camera position that's
sort of a bit elevated or something or the other,
or at the back.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that if you go up on that on the back there. And you have it as a sort of telephoto type thing.
Sure, yeah.
Then you'd have a microphone for it up here somewhere.
Yes.
It's
only going to pick up what's going on.
Because you want to pick up this. I mean, you've got space up in here, for instance. You could pop a microphone even behind that little bit of crenellation or something.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Which would then pick up all of this. You can have multiple microphones, of course.
Yeah.
So you can pick up what you need to, and what that also means is that if you write from the back, then during the service you're not showing anybody's faces.
Yeah, that's
so all the sort of privacy things.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Hey, I saw you at church with so and so. Nowadays.
Oh yeah, you never know these days.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, and of course this door will be closed.
Yeah, that's
once everybody's come in.
Yeah.
It tends to close that, and then just wait for it to catch up.
It's interesting.
And we can actually.
Today, isn't it? It's sort of like, I was just doing that.
Yeah. So I've just swung it around a tiny bit to see if that.
The thing is, it's
There it goes.
unobtrusive, isn't it? When it's.
It is, yeah. So there it is. We're there.
Yeah.
And.
Over to the window, actually, aren't we?
It's the window, which means that the people in this pew won't be seen.
Yeah.
Which I'm assuming
In
is.
fact, it'll only be the coffin and George, really.
Yeah. Is it George or is it Lucy who's doing it?
Yeah. So I think that's fine.
Yeah. So we pop it up there. We align it with the hymn board there, and as for up and down, it's the top of that window there.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking that it's a case of getting it set, so we don't have to think about it.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
And starting it running. Now, the battery on this is almost certainly good enough for a couple of hours. I mean, I'm leaving it running now because we got it going at about 1:45 or something.
Right, yeah.
So I'm just going to leave it running.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see how much battery goes down and so on.
Yes.
What I might do is bring a battery pack.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So if I bring a battery pack and put it up there, then you're going to run out. And we don't need a mains cable.
You've literally you've got your back up there, haven't you?
Cheap and cheerful, self-contained,
Mm.
and that would work. And if we turn the battery pack.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
patch it back and put it up there, then, and if I were doing my George thing from up here, about, because George is quite loud, isn't he? He's sort of this sort of sound, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we're going to come back to the
they'll be fine with that.
Yeah, that's good.
It's interesting actually, given all that's been going on the last couple of years, that the funeral directors themselves haven't sort of come up with their own little plans as a service to,
you'd have thought,
to offer to people.
I mean, any wedding arranger can arrange a photographer.
Exactly, yeah. And
Or videographer.
when you think we've been through times where it was only sort of, 6 people at a funeral, or that sort of thing, I would have thought a sharp funeral director would have said, oh yeah, we can actually
Because
do something with that.
the thing is that for the price of a cheap mobile phone, to simply put it at the back, and it allows, because I don't know why these people want it. Sorry, that's quite wrong. It's nice that they want it. It's just that the reasons for them wanting it could be people don't want to come because of COVID. One reason, fair enough. People live the other side of the world.
Well, I think this is the case for this. They've got a lot of family in South Africa.
Right.
And
and they're on
for various reasons they can't get out.
Of course, yes.
Or won't be able to get back.
Yeah, all of those good things.
Yeah.
So that would mean that they're on the same time frame as UK. So that will work in terms of a live. That's really the right terminology to use for a funeral. A live stream.
Yes.
Good.
Well, it's just nice if we can accommodate these things for people. And this happened to be a lady who was quite, in her time, was quite well known, I gather, in this neck of the woods. And but she's been down at Holy Cross Priory for a number of years, and she's
once I found the name, once I said what the name was, I had a quick check, and it popped up as being a Holy Cross person.
Yeah, and I think she's into her 90s or something.
Yeah, 92 or something. Yeah.
Good innings, but
96,
rather perversely, she gave just before Christmas. She wrote out a cheque for £100 for the Friends of Walton Churches.
Oh.
And I just didn't bump into Roger the Treasurer until last weekend. Having just heard that she passed away in the meantime.
I get this in the bank quick.
So I thought, I don't know, I thought that the diplomatic way would be, once I knew they've got the family connection, was to actually return the cheque to them and say, well, this was given to us, but
we haven't yet paid it in. What are your feelings on it?
Clearly, we it was inappropriate for us to process it, but probably better to come back to you and leave it to you to decide what to do.
Well, the thing is that if they give you the cheque and say we'll pay it in, then because as long as it's dated before her death and signed, then I'm guessing that it's okay. Although I know banks are funny about those sorts of things.
Well,
because they can't check with the person.
No, the bottom line with banks is it all depends whether they've been told or not. And I have people who, for some reason, feel that if somebody passes away, they've got to leap into action and tell all and sundry, like that day, and I always say to everybody, just leave it for a bit, because you suddenly go in and tell the bank, they stop their gun, next thing you know,
there's no gas in the house.
Direct debit for the gas has been
the car gets stolen from the drive by the repossessed and all that.
Just take your time a bit,
You get because you don't normally get your death certificate certificate.
Well, now it can take you a week or more to get.
Exactly.
You have
Get
to
it
book,
registered.
you have to book up at the registrars. You can't just turn
And
up.
to my mind, you can't tell the bank that someone's died until you've got the death certificate.
You've got to get, they want the evidence, yeah.
Exactly. So there's no point in jumping in.
No, I just think, take your time.
Yes.
But there we are.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
That's been successful.
So as far as the kit is concerned, you'll bring the MiFi.
Yeah. Do you need this anymore now, or we don't?
No, you can. Well, what I'll do. Hang on a second. I'll just stop the stream from this end.
Yeah.